Okay, what I intend to do today is go out again with my 22 caliber Air Arms Pro Sport into some woods near my house, which is one of the permissions I have, and find an area where I can use my Gun Tough laser rangefinder to set up a 50-meter range. Once I've found that area, I'm going to put up some targets on the backstop. The targets I'll be using are demonstrated there in the picture. The green one here is off a milk carton. The white one, which is slightly smaller, is off a sauce bottle, and the smallest one, the blue one, is off a Volvic water bottle. Just to give you some idea of the size of these targets, I'm just going to show you now using this tool. Now that one there is 40 millimeters, and to show you 40 millimeters, I'm just going to bring it down onto this ruler here. You should be able to see that that's 40 millimeters. 40 millimeters equates to 1.57 of an inch, so 0.07 of an inch over a kill zone size. The next one, the white one, is 34 millimeters. I'll bring it down again. You should be able to see 34 millimeters. 34 millimeters equates to 1.33 of an inch, so well below a kill zone area. The last one, the smallest one, the Volvic bottle, there, equates to 30 millimeters. So 30 millimeters, if I bring it down here, show you there, equates to 1.18 of an inch. So very small, and yet again well inside a kill zone size. If I can hit any three of these targets at 50 meters with my recoiling Air Arms Pro Sport, I'll be happy. Okay, I'm in some woods now, one of my permissions, and I've managed to find an area what's 49 meters in length, so I've got the target set up at the other end now. I couldn't find 50, but 49 meters is good enough for me. Before I actually go on and try and shoot the targets and test the rifle, I'd just like to take you through my shooting technique, and I base it around the hunter field target sitting position. I like to have a tree or something behind me to support on, because I think it's nice to rest and relax when you're shooting. The most important thing about shooting, you need to relax. If you're under pressure and tight and your adrenaline's pumping and you can't control it, you're losing accuracy straight away. Building a shooting position is like building anything in life, including a house. You've got to build it from a foundation. This is built up using your body. If I need to raise the rifle up or down, I use my leg and my knee like this. I don't use the muscles in my arm. It's easier to raise your knee and to rest than it is to try and force the muscles to fight against the weight of the rifle. When you're looking through your scope at the target, the rifle should point naturally at it. What I mean by that is, if I was to look through my scope now, I should see roughly the tree and the area where the targets are set up. If not, and I'm actually having to scan for it and I find it's over a different location, the rifle's not pointing naturally at the target, so your body is having to compensate using muscles to try and force the rifle into that direction. You're losing accuracy there as well. When using parts of your body, don't use bone on bone. What I mean by that is, if I was to put my elbow on top of my knee and shoot like some people do, it's uncomfortable. It's also quite inaccurate, right? And you're pressuring yourself by having your bony bones on top of each other. What is better to do, and what I tend to do more, is use flesh on flesh. Here is my thigh bone and here is my wrist. If you're doing it that way, it's a lot more comfortable and it's a lot more stable. Right, let's talk about trigger release now. This is a two-stage CD trigger on the Air Arms Pro Sport. What I usually do is I'll take up the first stage and I watch my breathing going up and down. When you look through the scope, your actual crosshair should be moving up and down of the target. I'm exaggerating it now, right, and this is due to your breathing. Right, this is as your diaphragm raises and lowers. If you find that the crosshairs are moving left and right like this of the target, you're not sitting straight, right, and you're in the wrong shooting position, so the rifle is actually pointing not naturally at the target. Once I see, and I've took up the first stage, that the rifle is dropping up and down of the target and I know I'm in the right position, I then, on the way down and on the outward breath, I hold my breath over the target itself. This stops the diaphragm from moving and the crosshairs from moving. Once I've done that, I then slowly and gently pull and squeeze the trigger, which releases a second stage. Points to note, at this position though, my actual trigger finger is still holding the trigger all the way in. I'm not releasing it, and my eye would still be looking through the scope. This is done until the pellet has gone along its trajectory and hit the target. Once I've seen that the pellet's gone along its trajectory and either hit the target or miss the target, I'll then raise my head from the scope and then slowly release the trigger forward. This is called follow through. This is important, especially with a recoiling rifle, but if you use it with any sort of rifle, either in pre-charged or bullet rifle, it will improve your accuracy, and it's to allow the gun time to actually go through its harmonics and the bullet to travel along the barrel and hit the target before you move it. If you use some of these basic tips, it will improve your shooting. Right, I've set the targets up now at 49 metres, and I'm going to zoom in as I did yesterday to give you a representation in your mind of the distance I'm shooting over. It's quite a distance, as you can appreciate. And there you can see 3 targets. And I'll zoom back out, and hopefully I'll be able to get the laser rangefinder onto the tree and show you the range to the target. I can find them myself. Wrong tree. There, 49 metres, as you can see. So I'm going to zoom back in, try and keep the camera live, and then see what we can do. Right, just cock the rifle and get into my shooting position. The first one I'll go for is the large one, the green one. First shot, and that went down. I'll just keep the camera live, then you know there's no adjustments to it. Next one's the white one. Close. And there you go. Straight down. And the final shot is going to be on the tester, which is the 30mm Volvic bottle top. And that was a brilliant shot. Knocked it, smacked it straight off to the side. There, as you can see, as you watch through the camera, as long as you apply the techniques of shooting as I've just taught you, you'll get some good results. So it just goes to show that the quality of rifles made these days, spring rifles that is, you know, you can get just as good results with them as you can with a £700–800 pre-charge, as long as you use the correct marksmanship principles and you take your time and steady your shot. Thanks for watching.